On 23rd June, we detected a case who works at the Leo dormitory as a result of our proactive screening of individuals who work at dormitories. We initiated contact tracing and found 6 other cases over time within the same family cluster at 111 Tampines Street 11. On 27 June, another case emerged that immediately caught our contact tracers' attention. This case reported no interaction with the previous family cluster, but they live in the same block on a different level. So it immediately caught the attention of our contact tracers, and our antennas were up. Our contact tracers decided to investigate further and flag it out for closer monitoring. Even as epidemiological investigations are ongoing, we decided to take additional precautionary measures beyond the usual measures that have already been activated upon the detection of these cases, including quarantine and so on. We decided to proactively identify all the 58 households residing in the same section of the block that is served by a common lift lobby and stairwell, given the possibility that there may be inadvertent contacts between the households. We contacted them to check if they are well. 2 of them were unwell and were tested. The results were negative. Everyone in the identified units is then put on active phone surveillance. In addition, the affected common areas in the block has been disinfected and regular cleaning up has been stepped up. As these households are not really close contacts of the confirmed cases, they are assessed to have a lower risk of being infected. But we want to be a little bit more careful because asymptomatic transmission could occur. Therefore, we offered COVID-19 testing for all of them. Thus far, MOH has contacted 160 individuals among these 58 households, including visitors. 58 individuals were swabbed yesterday, and all have tested negative. 29 more individuals are expected to be tested over these 2 days, and we'll provide an update and the results when they are ready.
Is swabbing for COVID-19 optional? I'm referring to the Tampines group. You mentioned there were 160 people in 58 households, but then only about half have come forward for swabbing. So if it's not compulsory and they're only under house surveillance, active house surveillance, I know they're not close contacts, but if one person could have gotten it from somebody else in the block, they all pose a risk. So if it's an optional thing, they may be asymptomatic, would they then go on to pass the virus on to others?
Yes, I hesitate to say cluster, but really the number of cases that we have in the block in Tampines reflects a much more aggressive approach we're taking now towards contact tracing, ring fencing, isolating, and also making every attempt to disrupt any potential and possible chain of transmission may arise from the cases that we see in our community. And this is in part driven by the fact that now that we have come out of phase 1 and circuit breaker into phase 2, we are determined to do our best to pick up as far as possible every community case and to prevent further onward transmission of infection to others in the community so that we do not need to see us progressing back into restrictions as we had in circuit breaker or phase 1. The other household units that we have identified for surveillance have no demonstrable link to the cases that we have seen in the 2 flats in this particular block. However, because we want to be extra cautious, we've taken the opportunity to identify the common core stairs and lift that potentially may give rise to mixing as people move out from their flats into community and back. And then, on abundance of caution, we've put all the residents in these household units that are likely to use this lift and stairwell on phone surveillance, really to make sure then that if there are any potential cases that come out for any reason, due to some form of transmission may occur in that community household setting, we want to be able to detect that early and then control that. So it's really on the basis of that caution that we have embarked on this campaign of additional phone surveillance. We added on the additional step of inviting those who are interested then to come forward and to have testing done. This is not only to give us an opportunity then to detect asymptomatic but infected cases that are present, but also to provide an assurance to residents in the community that in fact if they are coming forward, they test themselves and find themselves negative, then they can also have an assurance that they are not potentially infected or exposed at this point in time. We continue to put those who have declined our offer for testing under phone surveillance, and we continue to contact them on a daily basis during this time to make sure that they remain healthy and well. But of course, if any of the residents who initially declined our offer to come forward for testing then change their mind, we would then invite them to come down and be tested as well. So the offer is never over, even though we had reached out to them already on one day. And at any time during this period of time, they change their mind, they want to come forward, we will welcome them to come and get tested as well. And this is part of our commitment to make sure that we are on top of things and we are going to be able to detect aggressively any early signs of infection, cluster brewing in this particular block.
I should perhaps clarify that we are not saying that the two household cases are linked. We have not established that link yet, but because they stay in the same block, in the same section of the block, we wanted to be extra careful, and therefore we take this additional step by offering them additional testing to make sure that we also have a sense of surveillance to see whether there are underlying cases or not. And we are not likely to do this for every case that we detect, to offer testing for the whole section or any block that we find a case. We do this is particularly because one of the household has 7 cases and the other household has 2 cases. Altogether there are 9 cases. At the same time, they live in the same section of the block, and therefore we wanted to be extra careful. Beyond that, we have to be quite clear that we have not established that the 2 households are linked clusters. So we are still treating them as 2 separate clusters, and we are continuing with our investigation.